Hey everybody, welcome to Strumming with Christopher. I'm Christopher Gallegos with Monterey County Free Library's Gonzales branch. Last episode we talked about finger picking. And while you're getting used to that with your right hand, I want to go back to bar chords. So I want to show you a chord progression. Progression just means you're progressing from one chord to another. So in a previous episode we talked about A minor to C, that's progression, or G to D. This progression is going to show you 3 chords in a row. They're all major chords, and they all use the major bar chord shapes that we talked about in an earlier episode. What's cool about this whole idea, this progression I'm showing you, it's called a 1-4-5 progression. So 1-4-5, without getting too technical, refers to something in music theory, how notes and chords are put together. You're essentially, whatever notes you're playing, you're always playing the first, fourth, and fifth notes of a major scale. So a scale is just a series of notes. So for example, we're starting with a G major chord. G major scale sounds like this. So the first note is a G, our first chord. Second note, third note, fourth note, fifth note. Okay, so 1-4-5 just refers to the corresponding major scale. So that sounds technical. We can get into it a little bit later, but the whole point is it's going to allow you to use these major bar chord shapes in a little kind of a box pattern that you can move all up and down as you're learning your bar chords and getting strength in your hand. So I'm going to show you 2 examples, and I'm going to show you G major to C major to D major, A major, D major, E major, okay? So quick review, our major bar chord shape that involves all 6 strings would have you starting with the 3rd fret barred, all of them. So your index finger just there, kind of right up against the wire. Not up against it, real close. And then you're going to take your ring finger and pinky. You're going to put those on the 5th frets. So ring finger, A string, pinky, D string, and 4th finger on the G string there, okay? And you have that G major chord. That's your first chord, and then we're going to go down to this A major shape. So instead of doing the open position thing with 3 fingers, it's better to use your ring finger as a kind of a mini bar here. So this is the A major bar chord shape where you're not barring all 6 strings, just the first 5. Okay, so you're starting with a G shape, and then you're moving down by moving your index finger down to only 5 instead of 6, right, on the 3rd fret. And then you're going to move over 1 open fret, and you're going to bar the D string, G string, and B string, and your high E here is kind of just underneath here a little bit, kind of muted. Okay, and that's your A major shape, so that's a C in this case, 3rd fret. So you have 2 chords. You have your G major, and then move down. So you see how that little shift looks there. Strumming hand here. And then for the 3rd chord in the progression, you're basically going to just move down 1 set of frets. So you're going to move down in this case, see if you can get it all there, to the, you'll be barring the 5th fret, first 5 strings, and then your mini bar on the D, G, and B string is going to be on the 7th fret. So we're going down quite a bit here compared to open position, right? And that's your D. Okay, so we have those 3 chords, 1-4-5, in the key of G. So check it out. G major. Just going to play 4 downstrokes, just so you can hear it. Down to a C. Shift over to a D. So once you have that shape, you don't always have to go 1-4-5. Sometimes you can, well, instead of just going 1-4-5 all the time, you can mix it up. You can go back and forth. it gives you 3 chords to work with that always sound good together, but the classic shape is the first note of the scale, 1, 4, 5. But you can also do or. But it gives you that little framework, and it looks kind of like a box if you look at it. Or a rectangle. So we're going to do the same thing, just so you can hear a different progression with A as your starting chord. So now we're really going down, oops, really going down far. So we're down to the 5th fret. And quick tip, if you look down, most guitars have some little dots. So if you look down, you'll probably see a dot at number 5 where your index finger is. Some guitars also have a dot up here at 3, but they usually at least have 5, 7, and 9, right? So same thing as we did before. Instead of being with a 3rd fret barred, you're going to go down to the 5th fret. That's an A major chord. Okay. And then, same thing, you're going to move your shape down right below that. Instead of at 3, you're going to be at 5 for your bar, and that's a D major. Move it down 2 sets of frets. So it's the same exact thing, just different frets. So let me show you real slow the 2 things we've just learned here. Downstrokes. Okay, and then in the key of A. So that works anywhere as long as you stay with that same pattern where you're always starting with that E major shape and then going directly under with the A shape and then 2 sets of frets down. That works anywhere. Real quick, I'll just show you all the way down the neck. Whoop. The idea. So that gives you a sense of freedom all up and down, and it's a very, very popular progression that you hear in rock music, especially classic rock. You hear it in blues sometimes with what are called 7th chords, which we haven't gotten into yet. Yeah, so it's a very versatile progression that you can play as you're getting better with those bar chords, and it's also a good opportunity to practice a lot of things that you've learned. You can practice the 3 bar chords to get that strength in your hand. You can practice different types of strums. I remember I showed you this one strum that has kind of a muted strum. You could do that. Or there's all kinds of things you can do. We're not gonna go too crazy. You could even be finger picking. And I'm just showing you that so you can see how powerful this very, very simple progression of 3 chords is. So something for you to practice as you're getting better with your bar chords, and we'll get more into progressions in the future. But it's all part of my plan to make sure all these tools I'm giving you in your toolbox are not just, give somebody a bunch of tools and no directions. What fun is that? So once you've learned a different variety of techniques and things in the guitar, then you start to put them together, but you have to do it slowly. There's no need to rush. Guitar is a lifetime journey. I mean, I've been playing since I was 13 years old. And I always learn new stuff. It's a very versatile instrument, and I'm so happy that you've taken the time to watch these videos and learn a little bit with me as I continue on my journey. Thanks, everybody, and I hope you have a great week.